Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Cobb Council. How are we? Hopefully, all of you's having a fantastic Friday wherever you are around the world. And why wouldn't you be? Liverpool have confirmed the signing of Florian Wirtz. It is a potential British record fee, of course, around £116 million. Again, let me know how all of you are down in the comment section down below. Let me know how excited you lot are as well. Of course, we'll take a look at all of the news concerning Florian Wirtz. And look, we've had to wait for some time, but now it is official. He is a Liverpool player. Look, he does look good in red, so let's not lie about that either, of course. And again, let me know all of you are in the comment section down below. And again, we will dive in to, of course, Florian Wirtz officially becoming a Liverpool player. But again, let me know your guys' thoughts down in the comments down below. And yeah, it's absolutely brilliant day, of course. And again, the weather is hot enough, but thank God now Florian Wirtz is an absolute baller to bring into the football club and one of the best talents in Europe as well. But again, let me know how all of you are down in the comments. But let's fucking go, Con. Yes, finally, Florian Friday as well. Yeah. Again, it was a bit nervy, wasn't it? The fact it wasn't going to get announced tonight, but look, yeah, it has finally been announced, and yeah, Liverpool are definitely on the right path this season so far, anyway. But yeah, Florian Friday from Cal. Man said, "I'm not here to have fun. I'm here to win everything." Yes, he did say that, and look, he is absolutely going to win everything. If Liverpool do get the rest of the signings in, then yeah, we are 100% going to be winning a lot of things this season, of course. But very cool player. Says Ozan, big up Daryl as well. Saying yes for Florian as well, and Kirkes next. Then I think you mean Mark Gahey. Yeah, well, of course we do have the Here We Go on Milos Kirkes. We are going to be back at 9 o'clock to talk more on Wirtz. Of course, talk about Kirkes, Mark Gahey, and of course, there's other rumours going around at the minute. So we will be back at 9 p.m. A bit later on. Anyway, but again, we are here just to talk about Florian Wirtz, and as you guys can see on screen right now, there we go. And it does look, you look a bit flush because it's boiling in this room. Apologies, you can hear my fan. It's boiling in here, like with the studio lights on being full beam. Otherwise, the green screen doesn't work. So yeah, I do have to be a bit looking like a tomato. Anyway, so I do apologize for that. Anyway, but moving on, talking again, Liverpool agree signing of Florian Wirtz from Bayer Leverkusen, as you guys can see on screen right now. Hopefully, anyway, let me double check that's on screen. Yeah, it is 100%. It's on the screen. So look, we're going to talk about what is in the article now. As you guys can see on screen, Liverpool have reached an agreement for the transfer of Florian Wirtz from Bayer Leverkusen. The 22-year-old playmaker has put pen to paper on a long-term contract with the Reds after agreeing personal terms and successfully passing his medical. Wirtz has become the latest addition to Arne Slot's squad so far this summer, reuniting with his former Leverkusen teammate Jeremy Frimpong, and as it does, got on to say, but there after shortly after signing his deal with the club, Wirtz told Liverpool.com, "I'm very happy and very proud. Finally, it's done, and I was waiting for a long time. Finally, it's done, and I'm really happy. I'm really excited to have a new adventure in front of me. This is also a big point of my thoughts that I want to have something completely new to go out to the Bundesliga and join the Premier League. I will see how I can perform there. I hope I can do my best. I spoke also with some people who played there, and they told me that it's perfect for me. Every pitch is perfect. You can imagine, enjoy every game. I'm really looking forward to playing my first game." Regarded as one of the standout talents in world football, Wirtz arrives to Merseyside, after 5.5 years, hugely successful seasons with Leverkusen following a switch from Cologne's youth team. After the Bundesliga debut in May 2020, after the age of 17, at the age of 17, and 15 days. The German grabbed his first senior goal a few weeks later after netting against Bayern Munich. He would establish himself as a key figure, starting lineup in Leverkusen starting lineup in the 2021 as one of the Bundesliga's most exciting talents. A debut for Germany national team came in September 2021. However, a serious injury sustained the following March ruled him out for several months. Nevertheless, Wirtz returns to proceed a stellar season as Leverkusen completed a league and cup double in the 23-24 season, as well as reaching the Europa League final, remaining unbeaten throughout the entire Bundesliga campaign. And you guys can see, doesn't he look good in red? I'm not going to lie, as well. But again, it's a very, very, a very, very good sign as well. Him in red. To be fair, that should be somebody's cover, at least anyway. But again, it does go on to also say, of course, to date he has 31 caps and 7 goals for Germany, including two in the 5 runouts at Euro 2024 last summer. Wirtz now becomes the latest addition to Slott's title-winning squad and will link up with his new teammates in July when pre-season begins. Asking about his targets. So obviously this is Florian Wirtz targets. Asking about his targets with the club, he added, "I would like to win everything every year. First of all, we have to do our work, and I have to make my work. In the end, we want to be successful. Last season, they won the Premier League, so my goal is for sure to win it again and also go further in the Champions League. I'm really ambitious." Wirtz's official squad number for Liverpool will be confirmed later in the summer. So again, we'll have to speculate about that really. But again, you guys can go and watch that on Instagram as well. But again, it's great news, the fact that, Florian Wirtz is a Liverpool player. And look, it's very, very exciting. It's not only him that's going to be coming into the team. Of course, Jeremy Frimpong, them two are very, very good mates, as we know. And look, it's a very exciting time to be a Red. Not only, like I mentioned, them two, you've got the signing of Florian Wirtz now. Again, there's the potential of signing a striker. You've also we've got Mamardashvili coming into the football club, and look, there is going to be many more signings for Liverpool this summer. The addition to Florian Wirtz to this Liverpool squad, it's not the only signing we're going to make. Look, Liverpool are planning to make even more signings, which again is frightening to think about. And the one thing I will say is to John Henry, who's stolen his wallet, because at the end of the day, look, it's a very exciting time to be a Red anyway. But again, let me know what your guys' thoughts about anyway. But big up James Wellsing, happy Florian Friday. Found out about 7 p.m. He's officially signed. Yeah, brilliant as well. Shame that he's not in the Adidas kit. Well, there will be plenty of time for the Adidas kit. I know Adidas did release a couple of images of him in red. Obviously not official Liverpool red, but again, that will come in time anyway. But what is a Wirtz? A very good player, Luke, anyway. But kind of funny that this is the first and last time Wirtz will obviously be in the Nike shirt, yeah, or wear the Nike shirt, yeah. Well, he'll never play in. I say that he'll never play in it. He will play in it for pre-season because Liverpool will have to stay in that kit until we get the new Adidas range on the 1st of August, which hopefully will come very, very soon, at least anyway. But big up Martin as well, saying get in there, hopefully doing well. Gary Santalio, Albin, Hugo Ekatike next. Possible. Well, of course, getting in the door, hopefully it will be Milos Kerkez to come into the door next, at least anyway. But yeah, Darrow's gone with his team. They, again, very exciting team. That's a 6 side as well. Yeah, absolutely it is. Can't wait to see him link up with Isak. I'm still very on the edge of that anyway. But yeah, it's definitely one where I look at it and go, it's frightening to think about. But can you imagine McAllister, Wirtz, and Salah, Isak? That's insane. Yeah, absolutely it is. Slaughter's John Henry tied up in his basement with Chiesa. Yeah, 100%. But like, there's again, there's so many things at the minute as well that's going on with FSG because of I think if you guys look on social media in terms of the Red Sox as well, look, the Boston Red Sox and everybody involved with the Boston Red Sox currently hate Liverpool because of everything to do with the whole them selling their best player. Liverpool obviously bringing in Florian Wirtz and and other bits and pieces. Again, a lot of people are kind of making that same assumption that look, the Red Sox have had to suffer because Liverpool are going out to buying the best players at the moment. And look, at the end of the day, Liverpool have suffered as well in the past where FSG have tried to prioritize one thing over the other. But now, it looks like the club are fully, or the owners are fully back in the football side of things anyway. But again, look, let me know your guys' thoughts on Florian Wirtz as well. If you're just coming into the chat as well, please hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and all that good stuff as well. But again, it's a very interesting one, isn't it, to think about. But Liverpool are thinking Isak or nothing, in my opinion. I think it's one or the other, isn't it? It's Isak or Ekitike. But yeah, hopefully it will be that anyway. But yeah, I'm not saying that, Gary. Hi life, Connor. I'm about 10 minutes behind you. Cracking news. Well, big up hero as well. And yeah, absolutely, it is fantastic news for us. Look, at the end of the day, this is a marquee signing. And this is really a turning point, I would say, for Liverpool, because you look over the years and Liverpool haven't really done these types of deals where, on an overall perspective, look, we would look at other teams do these types of deals. Like we've seen Manchester City in the past go out and spend 100 million on Jack Grealish. You look at Chelsea; they've spent 100 million twice over the past couple of years on Moises Caicedo and Enzo Fernandez, for example. There's so many other teams that have made big marquee signings, and this is a game changer for Liverpool because look, obviously in the 10 position, we all know last season Dom Szoboszlai was in that position. We all know Dom Szoboszlai did very well for Liverpool in that position. He was amazing for Liverpool and will play amazingly in that position at times. But I think it's quite clear that Arne Slot has a plan where maybe Szoboszlai plays a bit deeper. And also, this guy will be Liverpool's number 10 week in, week out. As long as he's fit and available and ready to go, Florian Wirtz will be, like alongside Mo Salah, alongside Virgil van Dijk, alongside Alisson Becker being the first names on the team sheet. Florian Wirtz will also be on the team sheet as well. And look, he is phenomenal. We are signing the best number 10 in world football, in my opinion. I don't know about you guys as well with that. I think for me, 100% it is. He is the best number 10 in world football. But again, he's in that caliber of list of being in the top of in European football, not only just in the number 10 position, but I'm talking the entirety of European football. There's a reason why Manchester City was so desperate to sign him. There's a reason why Bayern Munich was so desperate to sign him, and Liverpool managed to convince him away from them. And look, the Premier League champions are moving mad in the transfer market. And look, like I said earlier on, we're not done. You've still got Milos Kerkez to get, to have those medical and to sign for the football club. You've still got the striker position we need upgrading on. It's still, the centre-half position with Mark Ahey being linked. Of course, Luke Gaber as well being linked. So yeah, Liverpool are moving very, very fast in this transfer window, and long may it continue as well anyway. But obviously, speaking more on Florian Wirtz then, of course, this is what he's had to say himself, speaking to Liverpool as well. As you guys can see, Florian Wirtz, I'm not here to have fun. I want to achieve something. Now, we quickly scroll down to what he has had to say. Of course, as it does say, but there, the 22-year-old told Liverpool.com in an exclusive interview, I was just happy for the players here to live it, the moment, and also for the people here. I think it as well deserved because they play an unbelievable season. It was just crazy to see how many people come and how the atmosphere was. It was really good to see. I'm not coming to have fun here. I also want to achieve something and give the fans what they deserve. Of course, I want to keep going with this performance. So yeah, that sure gives motivation to achieve more. I would like to win everything every year. First of all, we have to do our work. I have to make my work. In the end, we want to be successful. Last season, they won the Premier League, and so my goal is to show win it again, and also go further in the Champions League. I'm really ambitious. Of course, he told Liverpool.com, and as you guys can see, him having his interview there as well. But as he does say, with their first debut, obviously at 17, 4 by Leverkusen, he said, yeah, this is also a big point for me that I will improve my own personal level and physical levels, because I think everyone knows that in Liverpool, the players are machines, really strong and really physical. He continued by saying, but I see this also as an opportunity for me to get better in this point. So yeah, I just thought this was the right place for me. So yeah, I love him already, and look, I hope we can get the best out of him in a Liverpool shirt, because he will be phenomenal. And look, to think, of course, over the last 2 seasons, only him and Mo Salah have got above 20, not 20, sorry, got over 10 goals and 10 assists in all competitions in 2 successive seasons, which again is also huge. But we have bought the best in the business for the position as well. And judging from, again, just Twitter and everything around social media, everyone is also in agreement that we have signed the best number 10 in world football, and I think there's a reason as well why so many people were just immediately invested in what Liverpool were doing with Florian Wirtz as well, because look, at the end of the day, to continue on what this team has done last season, you've had to sign the best. Manchester United did it for years, didn't they? When you'd look at their squad and go, well, Liverpool have bought, or Man United at the time, they'd go out and buy, like they had Rooney, they had Berbatov, or they had Tevez, sorry, but they'd go out and spend money on Berbatov, but they'd still have Giggs, Nani, for example, as well, and they would add and build a new team while they currently had their current team as well. Now, Liverpool are going through probably the first stage of Arne Slot and his system and what he wants from their team, where now we will see an evolution of how Liverpool play. I think we'll be a lot more fluent than what we was last season, and that's a scary thought, really, where look, Liverpool were by far the best team in the Premier League last season, only got beaten in the Champions League by the best team in Europe, but with PSG. And I think that's the motivation stage for Liverpool, is looking at how other teams have done in terms of PSG and how fluent they are and how attacking they are. I think Liverpool now have looked at it and gone, right, well, we need to get to that level. And with the signings of Kirkes, the signing of Wirtz, Frimpong, again, this is a scary thought of how this Liverpool team is going to play. And look, I'm very much excited to see how Liverpool do play next season as well. But let me quickly scroll back up for the chat. Edward Scott Henry's pin number. Well, I think he's got a bit more than that, to be fair, Daryl. But Haikon, special signing for us. The club is going in the right direction for more success and trophies. Yeah, absolutely, 100%. Breaking news: Liverpool joined Klarna. Paying over structure anyway. But John W agrees to pay 30, pay in 30 days. Yeah, it's got to quickly ring the loan shark back up anyway. Quad next, Florian, don't worry. Again, I wouldn't say that. It's very hard to do that, and there's a reason why it's never done, happened before. But we're finally moving like a big boy club, Colin, as well. Again, it's what people have cried out before, the fact that Liverpool, you look over the years, Liverpool have, after winning things or having a successful season, Liverpool haven't really added to the quality that we already have, like in terms of, like, again, in an ideal world, did Liverpool really need to upgrade on the 10? Probably, but not like a huge amount. Like we said, like Liverpool need a striker, Liverpool need certain things. But when a player like Florian Wirtz comes on the market, it's you cannot turn that down. And if you have the idea of, look, he is going to be the guy for us for the next 10 plus years, then you have to go and make that signing and try and make that signing possible. And we've done that, and that's the exciting part about it, is the fact that, all right, if Florian Wirtz had decided to stay in the Bundesliga, and he did decide to stay with Bayern Munich, or go to Bayern Munich, I should say, there's nothing then that anybody could have argued then with the football club, because Liverpool would have tried their best to do it, and Liverpool would have tried everything to get him. And that's what I want more from the owners, is what I want more from Richard Hughes, Michael Edwards, is they've done it this summer. They've managed to go out and attack the market where every single player now wants to play for Liverpool Football Club. Kirkes rejected Manchester City, rejected other teams as well that wanted him. Florian Wirtz rejected Man City, rejected Bayern Munich. Jeremy Frimpong supposedly rejected multiple clubs to join Liverpool as well. Obviously, same really with Mamadashvili last season. Apparently, Man United were very close to getting him, and that's the thing where Liverpool are showing their authority in the transfer market and showing everyone, like, look, we are signing bangers after bangers after bangers, and everybody wants to play in this team. Because now, if we got Alexander Isak, for example, like, this team looks scary, like the best team in Europe, I would say. And I think last season, what really hurt us was the fact that we didn't go far in Europe. We got knocked out by PSG. And I think Arne Slot took that personally, where he was like, I want to win. I want to go far in the Champions League. I want to be able to go all the way to a Champions League final, or obviously to go on and win it. And I think that's the dream for next season, is win the Champions League. Obviously, retain the Premier League is number one, but to go on and win the European Cup, I think, is the main aim for next season, for sure. But we can get Gahi at 35 mil. What business? That would be a great deal, to be fair. But to answer your question, Ozan, 100%. I think Liverpool are moving like a big club. I'm not going to say again, but yeah, we are finally moving as a big club. Should do anyway. But of course, Florian Wirtz has spoke about not only, of course, joining Liverpool, he has spoken about the friendship he had, with Jeremy Frimpong, saying in an interview, saying he's on Jeremy Frimpong, he's a really, really good player, and a really good person, a really funny guy, good for every changing room on the pitch, big quality to attack and to defend. He was the first one who signed for Liverpool, and of course he wanted me to join as well. So yeah, agent Jeremy Frimpong as well, getting to works. I think a lot of people tried to say as well, where it was like, oh yeah, no, Frimpong is going to be the agent for Liverpool to get it done as well. But look, at the minute, like, it's a really frightening thought of how Liverpool can use Florian Wirtz. And look, as I'm looking right now, again, there's plenty of rival fans upset on social media the fact we have signed not Jeremy Frimpong. Well, we already signed Jeremy Frimpong. They signed Florian Wirtz and got this deal over the line as well. But John W. Henry is held kidnapped. Well, you'd hope not, really, Cal. That he's been held for ransom or anything like that. But the one thing I will say is that they've listened, really, and obviously the big debate this week, I think, has been certainly with the signing of Wirtz and the whole summer as it is right now, because Liverpool have never done this, really. We've never acted like this in the transfer market. We've never gone full approach, like go out and spend 200-300 million pounds. And look, Liverpool will obviously get money back, because we've already sold Joel Konza, for example, going to sell Joel Konza. We sold Kelleher as well. We're going to sell Darwin Núñez. Like, Liverpool are going to retain money back, but we've never acted like this. We've never fully attacked the transfer market. And I think everybody, what was he, last week or the week before, was speaking about like there hasn't been a Premier League champion that has kind of tried to defend the title, if that makes sense. Like, of course, every team wants to retain the Premier League, but in terms of doing everything they possibly can to put really a dynasty on it, because we know next season every team's going to want to beat us. Every team's going to want to beat Liverpool, the Premier League champions, and make a name for themselves. I think Arne Slot's prepared for that because, again, it's time at Feyenoord, and of course, probably at times at Feyenoord he kind of not lost track of it, but again, he has seen firsthand when other teams have added to their current teams. Like you look at PSV, for example, Feyenoord went very, very successful in their second season, and they added yet again, but PSV added so much quality to that team, including a top class manager at the time, and beat Arne Slot to the title. Now I think Feyenoord only lost 2 games that season, but still, like again, they progressed even better, and he has seen it firsthand. All right, it's in the Eredivisie, it's not in the Premier League, but he has seen firsthand what a rival has done to try and overtake his current team. And Arne Slot doesn't want to lose that gap. He doesn't want to lose that gap at the top of the league, where City are rebuilding. Arsenal will have to rebuild at one point because, look, if they don't win another trophy this season coming up, there'll be question marks around Mikel Arteta. And look, Liverpool have a real possibility of laying the groundworks to win the Premier League for the next 2-3 seasons. While you do kind of still have Mo Salah, while you do currently still have Virgil van Dijk, Alisson is still here as well, and now we're building the next team to go and challenge. Like again, Florian Wirtz will become the player that what Mo Salah is currently. Like everybody turns to Mo Salah and go, he's the goal scorer, he's the creative force for Liverpool. Now that becomes Florian Wirtz, where we expect Florian Wirtz now to get, goals, get assists. Like I don't know what the target is looking at for Florian Wirtz, but for me, you're talking, him getting over 15 goal involvements in the Premier League alone, potentially, probably a bit less than that, because again, I know people will judge straight away. Again, first game of preseason, people will be judging Florian Wirtz, but I think that's a realistic target to get 15 goal involvements next season as a conservative amount to obviously talk about. But again, I think he's going to get more than that. I think him, Mo, if we were to buy Isaac again, like that three alone is a frightening 3 to think about for Liverpool. But yeah, I'm very, very excited to see him in a Liverpool shirt playing, for Liverpool in pre-season. Because again, I think we return back to pre-season. I think it's the 7th of July. I think it is. It might be a bit later than that. As well, if anybody does know in the chat, then of course do let me know your guys' thoughts. But yeah, I think it's around the 7th or 8th the Liverpool do come back for pre-season. But again, we'll have to wait and see. Anyway, but thank you, Ozan, as well for replying back to that tweet with this photo, or replying back to a tweet that I put out with this photo, because I think this image here, I will try and see if I can show you guys. Let me quickly see if I can switch. Can I switch that way? Yes, I can. There we go. So hopefully you guys can see that on screen right now on Twitter, of Florian Wirtz staring at the European Cup and the Premier League. There we go. So yeah, that for me again shows his intent. It shows he wants to win everything at the football club. And look, I think and a question for the chat as well. If you could only win one next season, as of things right now, you could only win the Premier League or the Champions League, what would it be? Do you want to retain the league again, or do you want to win number 7? For me, do you know what? Even though I love the European Cup, I would love to retain the Premier League, because again, retaining the Premier League, I think it would be great in that aspect, and also it's that added element of beating Manchester United and looking at the fixtures as well. There's a real possibility that Liverpool could win the Premier League at Old Trafford. So that's a very nice thought as well. But for me, I think win the Premier League, retain the Premier League title. That's where I would go for personally, anyway. But again, Florian Wirtz steering both of them. Why not win both? Anyway, but happy day says the league for him as well. And Mitchell saying 21 as well for the league title. Yeah, I would agree. And look, I would 100% agree with you guys. I think the league title, I'd love to win more than anything, and retain and get number 21 to overtake Manchester United. Because then once that happens, there is no debate then on who is the greatest club in England, or the biggest club in England. It is Liverpool Football Club, and long may that continue as well. But look, let me know your guys' thoughts down in the comments down below. I'm going to quickly see if there's anything else on Florian Wirtz before we do shoot off, because we will be back at 9 p.m. to talk more, not only about Wirtz, but we'll talk about obviously Milos Kerkez as well, and other things as a bit later on anyway. But big up Scottish Bear as well, saying big up lads, hopefully doing well. But yeah, it's let me double check if there is anything else on Florian Wirtz before we do shoot off. Actually, there is an image going around of Richard Hughes and Florian Wirtz as well, which fair play to that's one thing as well. Fair play to Richard Hughes, because myself included in this wanted Richard Hughes not to leave, but definitely there was question marks around Richard Hughes's position, I think, going into next season. And we all said it, didn't we, that it was a big summer for Liverpool, no matter what happens, in terms of signings, and in terms of, again, contract signings. A fair play to him. He has done the business, as you guys can see, Florian Wirtz staring at the Premier League trophy. But yeah, he has done. He's done the work, and he deserves massive credit for it. And we heard, what was it, back in February, March time, from David Ornstein, that he said that everyone you speak to in terms of in terms of everyone backstage, in the background at Liverpool, and everybody in the background in general, speak highly of Richard Hughes. And we at the time currently looked at it and was like really, what is so intriguing about Richard Hughes? But the job that he has done so far for Liverpool, re-signing Mo Salah, re-signing Virgil van Dijk, again, the two biggest deals in Liverpool's history, in terms of wage and in terms of contract. Then you've ended up signing and replacing Trent before he's gone, because look, again, don't blame Richard Hughes whatsoever. That was just fully on Trent being a rat, and being disloyal to the football club. You've replaced him before he's even left in Jeremy Frimpong. Great. You've got a long-term successor for Alisson Becker in Mamadashvili. You've got what else? You've signed now Milos Kerkez, or got Milos Kerkez over the line. You've agreed, a British record fee, and getting one of the best talents of world football in Florian Wirtz. Sorry, you've then got so many other players being linked to Liverpool. There's conversations around Isak, there's conversations around Mark Gahey, Luke Yeaver. Again, wouldn't be surprising if a midfielder is talked about at one point in the summer window as well. There's so many, so many good deals for Liverpool that could happen. Still is, it's amazing to think about. And yeah, I 100% think Liverpool are definitely not done now this summer. Even after Kerkez, there might be a bit of time, between the signings, because Liverpool are going to have to regather money in terms of Konza and obviously Darwin Núñez. But I think once they happen, Liverpool will attack again in this market. And yeah, I don't think we're done with Florian Wirtz. I think we are definitely going to be signing a fair few more players as well. But as in Nekfu, again, I apologize for butchering name, but I'm going to call you Nick. Saying a Flow as well. What a transfer! Yeah, absolutely. Best transfer window ever. Yeah, possibly is. Again, I kind of the best one for me to rate on is the summer of 2018 when we signed Allison, we signed Naby, Naby Keita, we signed Shaqiri, we signed Fabinho. Like that was a really, really good summer for Liverpool. But yeah, it has to be up there for sure. And probably does overtake it, really. But yeah, I would say best window. Yeah, 100%. But 7 because we become second best ever UCL team as well. Well, yeah, we'd match AC Milan, wouldn't we, if we were to get number 7 for big years as well. So yeah, either way, why not win both for next season, at least anyway. But Kirkes is due to have a Liverpool medical on Monday. Part 1 and part 2 Tuesday, announced Sky Sports. Yeah, we pretty much knew that. To be fair, yeah, we're going to talk about that a bit later on. Sorry, I got hiccups. It's now clear that Richard Hughes knows what he's doing. True, very, very true. Camino, I think it is. Again, a big up. Hopefully doing well. Smash them likes, people as well. Yeah, if you could. There's 25 people I think in right now. So yeah, if you are new, again, please do hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. But these are the days, Con. These are the days. Yeah, and look, enjoy them. Enjoy obviously the whole Florian Wirtz signing for Liverpool because it is a huge deal. Like let's not get that twisted either. It's a huge marquee signing. And if all the add-ons are met, of course, it's going to be a British record fee. And yeah, I do think it's a very special transfer. Not only for Liverpool, I think for the Premier League itself, it's a massive, massive deal for everyone involved. And look, Bayer Leverkusen, it'll be interesting now to see how they reinvest. Of course, they already have. Of course, £40 million on Drell Konza, but you know what I mean. Like in terms of replacing Florian Wirtz, it will be very interesting to see what does happen there, at least anyway. But big up Rods as well. Hope you're doing well, lads. Saying big up my brothers as well. Hopefully you are doing well. Rods as well in the chat, and yeah, let me know your guys' thoughts down in the comments anyway on Florian Wirtz officially being announced as a Liverpool player. Let me know your guys' thoughts, of course, down below. Look, we are going to be back live at 9 p.m. So make sure you are staying tuned for that. Make sure you do stick around for the show later on. We're going to be talking more on Florian Wirtz. We're going to be talking Milos Kerkez as well, Mark Gahey, Luke Yeaber as well, and any other bits and pieces, of course, anyway. But look, hopefully you guys have had a fantastic day, at least anyway. And look, if you haven't, why haven't you? Because look, Florian Wirtz has signed for Liverpool Football Club, and Milos Kerkez is very, very soon to join for Liverpool anyway. But look, we'll be back at 9 p.m. But until next time, that's going to be it from us. I've been Connor from the Cock Council. We'll see you guys a bit later on. Ta-ra.